What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Kona Day 1. My name is Splattercat. Pretty happy to have you here today. We are at the doctor's house. We had come on over here. It didn't look like there was a key around, though, unfortunately, so I think we'll probably end up exploring a little bit today. We're kind of on the bounds of the gameplay area, so I don't know how much more there's going to be. I know they really don't want us to go that way, and I'm thinking we probably won't be able to go this way either without dying. Like, is there actually... Oh, there's a hard barrier right there. You can't go any further. So I suppose we'll just explore what we have in front of us then. We've got a little bit of time left, and I think it'll be alright. I'm kind of wondering how much further down the road we can explore as well. There's got to be a key hidden around here somewhere for the house. I don't see anything around. There's some needle-nose pliers right there. Those aren't really needle-nose, though. They're closer, but not quite. Flower pots on this side. None of them appear to be ready for planting or anything like that. I kind of like dig around a little bit and see if there was a key in one of them. That actually might not be a terrible spot to hide a key. It might be, but it might not be. So what if it might not be? Then you just go with that option, and then it eliminates the negative option just by being awesome when you expected it to suck. See? You've always got options out there. Where this guy hid his key, I can't really tell you. I think it's around here somewhere, but it is more than likely. I mean, there's a coffee can right there. Can't decide if I thought I saw a use action over here or something. Inside the house, it looks like there's a file cabinet and a couple other things going on. Typically, you check the top door jamb. I talked about this in a previous episode, underneath the mat. People are pretty bad at hiding keys most of the time. Pretty terrible. Underneath the stairs, there's a number of places that people like to slide keys and things like that. My parents just have an electronic lock on their front door now, so if you have the key, you can use that, but if you don't have the key, you're like, boop, 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 beep, boop. And then they just tell everybody in the family what the combination is, so you can just, like, push the buttons whenever you want to. It does look like Western Atamapek. But I want to follow the wolf tracks. The wolfy tracks go that way. And I want them. I desire them. See, I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to get into the moment, and then I was going to run out of content. I was going to be like, argh. So since there's no key over there, I think it's probably in the wood pile, the mailbox maybe. There you go. There you go.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop.
I don't see a light switch anywhere. So it looks like we search in the dark. Is that a... Oh, it's one of those things you put on your head that reflects light. Okay. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was. I was like, it's not a CD. We're in the 70s. What the hell is that? Affliction unknown. High fever followed by intense hypothermia crises. Temper tantrums and violent outbursts suggest nerve damage. Affliction is attacking the brain. No sign of weakness among the symptoms. Patient is a force of nature. Tightened skin and retinal pigmentation. Liver problem to be confirmed. He refused treatment and went back to the village with his sister. His odds couldn't be slimmer. No medical explanation whatsoever can explain why old Rosaire is still alive. As we in the trade say, the only way to cure him is to kill him. Sylvie Bedard. All of her symptoms point to the same root cause. She's pregnant. She refuses it, she denies it, and I'm willing to bet her husband is probably not the father. Let's just hope it's not Everett Lockhart, though, or she would have an illegitimate child and syphilis on her hands.
To hell with patient confidentiality. Carl wouldn't be able to track down his client without unveiling secrets. Now he knew where to find Hamilton.
William Joseph Hamilton. Haughty. Can't be cured. Chronic foot pain. Can't walk long distance. Rich. I'll cure him of that one day. Profession. Big shot. Blood type is AB positive. 82 kilograms. He's from Chicago. 156 for range. Monaston Nord. Or North Monaston, I guess. That's it. Well, we found the information we needed to then, and from this point forward, we'd probably be...
It couldn't get any more makeshift than this, Carl thought, astonished. Everything was improvised, including the examining table.
Aha.
Who could really lie on this and expect a happy ending?
This is a doctor's office, not a massage parlor. I don't expect anything good to happen when I go to the doctor. I went to the doctor a couple days ago. That shit sucks.
Chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
Huh. I don't know if there's a way to get back over to there, but...
Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside. Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
Not seeing too much of interest in here, aside from the fact that, I mean, I say that knowing full well that we actually just found like a key piece of our information. We actually have the address. Is that an eye patch?
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
Or for pirates. I'd rock an eye patch. If I got my eye put out, I would consider that one of the perks. Like, yeah, getting my eye put out would totally suck. On the plus side, though, you get to wear an eye patch, which is pretty dope.
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
Looks like we got some more thread over here, just in case you wanted to make yourself another magnet on a string. Although I think we have more than enough of those. It seems like it's probably cold in here. Does he have a hearth? Let's go ahead and fire it on up. Oh, I only have one wood block. I'm carrying around too much bullshit right now. Got too much loot.
Only a great misfortune could have pushed a man like Dr. Beaupre to isolate himself from the world, far up north and buried in snow.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that's a picture of him and his wife. Maybe that's her ashes. I don't know. Some people, when faced with tragedy, they just get that innate desire to run. It's not because they're cowards or anything like that. It's a natural response. Sometimes you just got to leave. Had a friend like that. Bad stuff happened. Packed up and moved to France. Just done. Got his citizenship in France and everything. Just couldn't be here anymore. Too many rigged memories. I can understand it. History books. Various cheap wines. He's got himself quite a wine rack there. He must really enjoy himself some imbibery. I don't think I've ever seen that picture before, but that dude's got a dope hat. Although it looks like the hat that you graduate in from like high school or whatever. I hated that hat. I forget what it's called. I knew what it was called when I bought one, but that's like the only time you will ever know what that thing is called. It's called like a toe... It's got like a weird name like that. I don't know. Let's see how much further into the game we can go. Chances are we've probably run out of content right about now. And so as much as I would like to continue playing, it looks like we can't really go back out into the hills in any direction. It's locked us on off. We're going to have to make ourselves a little 3-point turn here. There we go. And since we're blocked off from that direction, maybe we'll travel up the road in the other direction and just see what the game has in store for us. If we've run out of content, that's perfectly fine. I expected this to only be a preview. It's always a little bit precarious when you do a series like this because you never know when it's going to end on you, and I'm the kind of person that has like a schedule laid out, like on a calendar, and I have like this day for this day, and this thing for this day, and this thing for this day. And so being kind of a control freak, It's always a little scary when you come to the end of a preview and you catch yourself trying to stretch it occasionally. But no. No more stretching. Drop the gap! It did not like that. It did not like that one little bit. Alright, map. What you got for me? I bet we actually hit those little hasher lines out here, too. I love the way that all the buildings are interconnected, though, so you find one thing that you can use in another place to help investigate further at another place, which then links you to the next place, and how each location has its own little secrets on top of that, too. So you find out a little piece of information in a building, and then you find a piece of, I don't know, equipment or a key or something that you can take to another building to get even more information from there. I like the way that they've linked it all over the place, and it'd be interesting to see the planning map that they made for the game, just kind of like pointing things around. Busted ass car up here on the side of the road, and it looks like we drove past something that it felt the need to mark on our map. What did it mark? Let's hop out and have a look. Oh, there's a campsite over here. Got wolves running around and whatnot. I don't even know if combat is implemented in the game yet. Seems possible to me. I think this is the place where we ran off that first wolf. Yeah. There's another magnet in there if you really, really want it. I don't know how many more magnets you might need in order to do your business properly. Stop hissing at me, nature. Nature's making a hissing noise, and I don't like it when nature makes hissy noises. On this side, it looks like somebody didn't make it out. Polaroids.
The track was fresh. That meant the car sunk down just a little while ago. Now where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone? Road turned into nothingness. Carl hated dead ends. Made him feel trapped. It seemed like the lake managed to completely swallow the road.
Yeah, that'd solve the problem real quick. That'd solve the problem real quick.
Carl could quite possibly stumble upon this Ginourois in the course of his investigation. He opted to hold on to this storybook, just in case he gets an occasion to showcase his manners. Someone must have dropped this in a hurry, but whoever did was heading into the woods. Carl's tracking instincts were quickly kicking in.
Yeah, about that. It looks like the wolves are going to the woods too. And I really don't plan on being Little Red Riding Hood in this whole tale. If Big Bad wants to get himself, I gotta be careful when I say that. That's my nickname for my cat. I call him Big Bad, so he responds to it. How badly do I want to run off into the forest? Pretty badly, actually. I'm just stoked that we found something else to work on. Can I get into any of the front car? Can I get into the front parts?
The track was fresh. That meant the car sunk down just a little while ago. Now where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone?
Okay, I don't think you can get inside the car. Let's go have a look. Oh man, I think we found another sculpture.
Carl knew why he was suddenly shivering. He was going back to the realm of visions. Carl had no issue recognizing the spirit-like figures, but he couldn't figure out what they wanted from him. The phantom, freed of reality's shackles, vanished in the forest. Earlier, Carl had witnessed the tragedy that befell it. Another phantom disappeared in the wilderness. Carl had seen what happened to it, too.
So it appears as though maybe the spirits are like door locks. You've got to figure out what happened to each one. And once you figure it out, I don't know. Maybe you can leave? How if I just like wander back this way?
Carl sensed that the cold was beating a retreat, as if he was moving away from some kind of center of gravity.
Huh. Sort of interesting. My guess is that we can't really know. I guess that we can't really know what happened to all those people just yet. Taking a look at my map, this is just going to take me back to the lumber camp. We're out of road right there. It won't allow us to go along the north side of the little bottom left part of the lake. So, I suppose we could have a look around down in the south across that little creek right there. You see the star on the south side of the lake. Might be able to have a look around down there. But aside from that, I think all the other areas have barred us off. I don't think you can actually finish the investigation with the 2 other ghosts in order to unlock the road. My guess is that when you make the ghost go away, it's going to blow up that wall so you can further figure out where the hell Hamilton might be at. But for the moment, it leads us back to the road, so let's be on our way. I'm going to go south and we'll have a look around. It also looks like there's some kind of explorable area. Well, I don't know. Topography seems to imply that there might be something in certain areas. But I'm a little bit worried that if we get over there, it's just going to be blocked off. Let's go look. Gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna pop a U in this crappy little road. Come on. Hey, there it is. May have had to go up on the snowbank a little bit, but we made it work. We made it work. A little thing like a snowbank ain't gonna stop the Nerd Castle. So I got a couple indications where we might be able to continue. Since we can't go look at those other 3 houses after the doctor's place, that's where my guess is that you'll run into the other ghosts and take care of their storylines. The first male that we found is more than likely the guy that was frozen out in the forest where we found the lock and the key to the safe. The second one is the lady that was frozen in ice in the other house where the guy was going to get his gun upstairs or whatever. It sort of looks like there might be something out back. Oh, you can't drive past there. Okay. I was wondering if they would impede me. Cool. Well, topography seems to imply that if you look right where I'm looking right now, if you go all the way that direction, it looks like there might be something out there. The issue that we run into is that it's a little bit cold and a little bit nasty. So let's follow this around, and that's what we'll do at the back end of the episode. We'll see if we can find anything out here in the wilderness. Maybe uncover a few more locations, or at the best, maybe another investigation. Either way, I do think the game is pretty interesting. For an indie title, you can tell from some of the modeling and things like that that it's an indie title, but frankly, you don't see that many human beings anyways. So I think it's like the organics, basically. Like the trees and the landscape look absolutely fantastic. It's the human beings look a little bit funny, so you can definitely tell it's like a lower income project still. They did a good job with it, and it feels pretty solid. Got a map with us, so what's the worst that could happen? That's impassable, it looks like. And if I follow this down and around, maybe the plan is at one point to get rid of this giant mountain and allow you into this other little area down here. I don't know, but it looks like we're out of content for right now. We can wander around the hillside a little bit longer, but I'm just going to say adieu for right now. This is Kona, Episode 1, or Kona Day 1, if you wanted more specificity. A preview that was sent over by the developers so that I could check the game on out with all of you. I look forward to seeing you all in future iterations. I hope when the game comes out we get the opportunity to play. Seems like it'll be fun. Hi to everybody, and I'll see you there.